Oh, Tammy. Hello.
Looks like she's messaging in the chat box.
Yeah, I see that.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi, I had trouble getting on. It wouldn't let me on.
Oh, well, you made it here.
Got it figured out. Lovely technology.
Let's see if it'll let me take my video off.
Yay!
At the lake, and I raced home and jumped in the shower. I had 7 minutes to shower. I apologize.
It's all good. You're here. That's what counts.
So grateful. Thank you for having me.
And yeah, I just rolled out. I was paddleboarding just before the meeting too, so it's just so beautiful outside today.
It's warm, so I hope the fan isn't too noisy in the back.
Oh, I hope mine isn't too. I agree. So we're gonna wait probably another 3 more minutes, and then we'll just get going.
People may be having trouble getting on. It just wouldn't open up, and I think it's Zoom.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Well, technology is wonderful when it works, but not so when it doesn't. You're from Seattle. Yay!
I'm in the South End.
And what?
I'm down in the South End, down by Redondo, down by the marina.
Oh, that's beautiful down there. That's my old stomping grounds too.
Yeah.
I grew up in Normandy Park, lived down at Redondo, my Southeast and Des Moines and a bunch of places around there too. Beautiful place to grow up and to be. Live.
Yeah, I moved to Seattle in '96, kind of before it kind of got like this. So
like what, trafficy?
Just a lot of, when I moved here, I used to live in Queen Anne, and I could drive from Queen Anne to Bellevue. I used to work in Bellevue, like 15 minutes from Queen Anne Hill. And I live in Kent, and I had my practice in the North End, and it took me like 90 minutes. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So. I used to live in Puyallup too, and I worked in Seattle, so it was an hour and a half each direction. And after 2 years of that, nope, don't want to do that no more. 3 hours of my life in traffic.
I my big practice, and now I just have a smaller one down here, so I work like 2 days a week. So,
yeah. Oh, well, that's good.
Well, I'm out in Olympia, so I'm not in Seattle, but I'm down south a little bit, and I love living
here.
You're more south. Every once in a while. I'm familiar with Puyallup too, Bruce. I've done a lot of. My mom had a lot of rentals out in Puyallup for her property management company, so I would drive out there all the time for move out inspections when I was working for her.
Yeah, no, Puyallup's a beautiful place. Lived out there by at least 10 years.
There's lots of really beautiful, huge houses in Puyallup in those like fancy neighborhoods.
Yeah, thank God there's no traffic out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding.
That's not as bad as Seattle. There's still some, but.
Bye.
All right, looks like we're at that 6:40 mark. So.
Alrighty.
Let's go ahead and get going.
Let's do it. All right. Well, thank you, Tammy, for joining us from Seattle. So we'll just keep on going to the next one. So today, Master Your Mind, Master Your Life presents the 3-day challenge called How to Master Your Mind to Create the Life You Love. Struggling, suffering, and working too hard is optional. So in day 1, we'll be covering the mind, how it works, and how we learn. We will be discussing or choosing one of the 4 of the major areas of life or business that you would like to create. And part 2, we'll be doing like a live demonstration using the rapid reprogram system to identify and to remove any negative programs in the subconscious mind this causes resistance and blocks us from what we want, our dreams, our hopes, desires, and the negative thinking and feeling, also the limiting and self-sabotaging beliefs that we have. And then we will have a little Q&A at the end of that. So the four major areas are, and I actually added one more, so wealth, health, relationships, and personal power. But in the last one we did, people like choose like a house and stuff. So anyway, as long as it's something can be measurable. So why don't I have everybody choose one of those, I'll say 5. And Delaney, do you want to just kind of go first and say you're going to pick one?
Yeah, sure. So hi, I'm Delaney. I work for Bruce, so I'm his personal assistant. So I help him a lot with his marketing. And for today, for the presentation, I'm just going to be supporting him with anything Zoom related. So if you have any questions, message me in the chat box. For one area that I want to pick today, I'm going to focus on health.
Nice.
Is that all you need today, Bruce?
Yeah, for right now.
Okay.
Now, since you picked health and Tammy, she chose personal power, which is one of my favorites, by the way. That really changed my life, learning how to be powerful within. So what I would like to have both of you do is think about like 3 to 5 specific detailed thing, like for you, Delaney, in health, 3 to 5 kind of specific things you'd like I can give you, for instance, like if I'm gonna be my dream job would be to make $30,000 a month, and I want to work 5 hours a day. On every quarter, I want to take a extended vacation, and I want to make a difference in people's lives and be able to travel anywhere in the world. So come up with like 3 to 5 things kind of specific about your what you want to create.
Hello.
And when you are done, let me know by looking up, saying you're done or something like that.
I feel like mine are kind of a little ambiguous and not as quite specific.
Yeah. Well, like when I was doing like personal power, that was like my second subconscious program I wanted to create. For me, it was going into the thoughts and the feelings of that. And as long as you know it's personal power, that, and we're going to go into that a lot more deeper, you know, who you really are and everything.
I can share the 3 things if you want.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Go ahead for it. If you're ready.
Following through on my goals. The second thing is following through on inspired action. And then the third thing is increasing my belief, not just consciously, but subconsciously in myself.
Nice.
And I'm, without sounding cocky, just to be clear, I have 2 businesses.
Okay.
And I'm very powerful in one of the business. The other one, I'm very powerful in, but for some reason, when I know what I'm supposed to be doing, I hesitate to do it. So there's got to be some kind of a subconscious belief that and this isn't the first time I've done like just I don't like the word as much personal growth as personal change.
Yeah.
I have been deep in this and I've come through so many different blocks, but I still have something. There's something, and I've also been doing rest. I don't know if you know about rest, but I've also been
breath work.
Yeah, REST rest.
Yeah.
So there's something, because everything is lined up, like the door is open and they're like, come on in. And I'm like, yeah, and yet my goals are in alignment with what's showing up and the universe is opening doors for me, but it's like, why am I not moving in that direction?
Yeah, there's definitely some resistance that's causing blocks from your subconscious program, and that's what we're going to be going into. That's kind of the whole crux of this whole thing, is getting into those subconscious programs and letting them go that are stopping us. So excited for you.
Me too. Thank you very much.
Nice. Delaney, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. So I was, my goal was health. So one thing that I would love to do in my life, again, I want to be able to run. I want to run a mile. And Tammy, for you don't know me yet. I do struggle with some spinal conditions. So I sometimes have mobility issues where I'm, in my bed a lot and I can't really move a lot. So I can walk and, function, but anything long-term or any running or any dancing or anything like that causes a lot of pain for me. So I would love to run a mile, just 1 mile. I want to be able to run the entire time.
I can see you doing it.
I want to be able to go on longer hikes where I'm not holding my friends back. And I also want to be able to go and eat tacos and not get heartburn. So go to a Mexican restaurant and not be afraid of the food that I'm about to consume will give me heartburn. And same thing with Indian food. I don't want to be afraid of curry. Because I have to stay away from acidic foods because like my spinal condition led to heartburn because of medications I was taking. So those are kind of some specifics, like eating food without getting heartburn and then running a mile. So like they're simple, but they're attainable.
I'm going to send you lots of energy because one, I'm a body worker. So I'm going to send you lots of energy. And my favorite food to eat is Indian dal and curry and chronic. So I will send you lots of good energy.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Nice. All right. So moving on here. So now I want you to think why you want, like Delaney, why do you want your, health, running that mile and everything? Why you want that, right? Because there's going to be challenges. There's not if challenges, it's more when challenges. And so when we make the why we want something big enough, we can overcome any problem, any challenge. So I want you to take a little bit of time and kind of think about why do you want that dream, Tammy, you mastering that second business, right? If that's the one you want to choose. Do you know which one you want to choose, Tammy? What business you want to kind of focus, or just in general stuff?
Yes, it's my home. I have my clinic business and my home-based business. So we'll call this my home-based business.
Okay.
And why? There's so many reasons why. One, it's good for me. It's good for my family. It's good for my team. It's good for the planet. And second of all, it's been on my to-do list since like 2008, and I'm ready to scratch it off and put something else on there. Like been nagging at me, and I'm like, part of it is I just want to shut the squeaky wheel up and just do it already.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I can relate so much. Like I look back and go, why did that take so long to figure that out? And so we're going to be going into that, right? Okay, so just a little bit. So everyone's got that, the why. And well, why don't you go into that, Delaney? Why do you want that?
I think I want to be able to do the things that my friends do. So it's more of like it helps me to fit in with other people. If I can
Okay.
run a mile, that means I can go hang out with my roommate and we can run a mile together. And I don't
Nice.
like, we can spend more time together doing the same things. And like with the eating food, like it does, you know, people offer me things all the time, and that this connects our connections and relationships to food. So like they're like, here, have a slice of pizza. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't have pizza. It has tomato sauce on it.
Right.
And so then that limits that, like that gratitude and feeling like, because, you know, it feels good to give other people food, and it feels really great when they receive the food that we give them. And so like, I'm always like rejecting and saying no. And so that kind of creates this emotional disconnect between me and my
Gotcha.
fellow human.
So mainly to be able to do more things with your friends.
Yeah, so friends and family, anyone really, just like
Yeah.
more relation through food, more relation through exercise,
Better
where I can fit in,
too.
yeah, but higher quality of life for
Yeah.
sure.
And how about you, Tammy? What's your motivation why you want to do that, mastering that home business?
I just kind of, well, I don't kind of, it's a calling. It's a calling. I know it's in my heart. And my goal involves a lot of people. So it's a big win if I
Totally.
move forward, I've already affected hundreds of lives. I've been doing my home-based business since 2008.
Wow.
So I'm like one promotion away from the top of my company.
Nice.
And so it just affects a lot of people. It's a good thing, and it affects a lot of people, and it's a win-win, and I need to get on with it already.
Okay, cool. All right. So one thing I would suggest, and this is what I did, is I made a PowerPoint. I took all the pictures that I wanted. I also wrote down, you know, great detail. I have like 166 pages on my PowerPoint. Well, actually, I have Google Slide, but anyway, so I love looking at that in the morning. I put my favorite music on, and I recorded like 12 of my favorite things. And then I watch that, and it just gets me like a wave of energy in the morning, because everything through the day takes your energy. But I love that. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Now, Tammy, I've done the vision boards, I've done the books, but I really like the Google Slides, or because I can change them, I can add to them so easily. So just food for thought. But I love listening to my favorite music while doing that, because it helps me get there. Okay, so let's keep on going. All right, so in these like 4 major areas, and you can put on there like your business, you know, instead of the 4th, like a 5th one, Tammy, would be like your business. And Delaney's doing the health. But in these other areas, if you would just put down like a why if you're struggling in any of these other areas, 1 or more. And if not, you can just put an N for no.
The struggling, of course, having more wealth means I can contribute more.
Right.
I'm not struggling,
Totally.
but I'd love to have more wealth.
If you were struggling, you would know it. But anyway.
And if I had better personal power, I'd make more money.
That's our goal right there. Or one of them. Okay, to keep on moving here. Now, this is kind of for you guys, but I find out a lot of people aren't really committed to their dreams and stuff. So I would like you to put like a Y or N if you're committed to those like areas in your life. And then when you're ready, we'll continue on. All right. So you can do anything in life if you do this one thing. You can master wealth, health, relationships, and personal power, or all of them if you do this one thing. If you can live the life you love if you do this one thing. I don't know if any of you can guess what this one thing is, but
Get out of my own way.
well, your mind actually will block it. And so that's what we're going into, letting that go. So we're going to be talking about mastering your mind here. So once you learn how to master your mind in one area of your life or business, you can learn how to master all areas of your life, and why not for the rest of the life, because it is a program in the subconscious mind. So the best investment that you can ever make in your life is in your mind. It is priceless. You can't put a price on it. It is a gift that keeps on giving. So we've already picked one of the 4 or 5 areas of your life. So you can happy or do anything if you do like these 4 things. Make a decision, make a commitment, be coachable and trainable, and do the work. Knowledge is power, and knowledge less is powerless. So I would like to talk to you a little bit about me now, a little bit about my background and everything. And about 5 or almost 6 years ago, I heard this little voice in my head, and it was kind of a little bit loud. Normally you can pay attention, I can pay attention to that voice in my head, but this was a different voice, and I've only heard it 3 times in my life. And it said, something important is coming to me. And then I went outside, meditated, and it said, write that book. But for the last 5, 6 years, I've kind of wondered what that importance is. I believe this was my higher consciousness, my higher self that was kind of talking to me and giving me guidance. And I don't know why, out of all the times, it was only did it 3 times in my life, but it was kind of loud, clear, and to the point. So, and I've really been thinking about what is really important, because I've been a lifelong learner, studying in so like 30 years, but in the last 5 years, been pondering that, and I think there's nothing more important than mastering our mind. And secondly, would be mastering who we really are. So, a little bit about my background. I've been an entrepreneur for 30 plus years. I've owned 5 different businesses. I've read over 300 books. I have listened to thousands and thousands of YouTube videos. I've probably spent like 10,000 hours studying the mind, body, spirituality, and the science behind that. And so I would like to kind of go into a little detail about my past in these 4 major areas of life. In wealth, when I was young, in my low 20s, I had this idea that I wanted to be a millionaire by the time I was 31. Well, 31 came and went, and I wasn't any closer to my dreams of becoming financially free. And I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but I had like a defining moment in my life where I wasn't going to live my life anymore. I was trading dollars for my time. And I remember screaming at the top of my voice on 167, going, I'm not going to live my life like this anymore. I was that hamster in that wheel, spinning, going faster and faster, but not getting ahead. And that's when I decided I needed to do some different things. And in relationships, I had probably like 5 different girlfriends, married the love of my life. And to kind of make that short story out of this, 13.5 years later, went through divorce. And then in health, I was pretty lucky. I had parents that had pretty good genetics, so I really kind of loved working out and eating right, even though I realized that, wow, I had so much more I could have done. And in personal power, I was Mr. Positive, but I realized that's in the conscious mind, not the subconscious mind. And even though I just had a lot more to learn on that. And then one day I heard this guy right here. I don't know, are you familiar with him? Yeah. So I heard him, this is about 5.5 years ago. He say, we have two minds, and the one mind, the subconscious mind, he said, is playing 95% of the day or more. If we're thinking of the past or in the future, it can be even higher. And that one mind, I had no clue what didn't even know about the subconscious mind. So I kind of dived really, really deep into that. And so I learned everything I could about the subconscious mind. I learned how to identify and remove. I had quite a few negative programs in my subconscious mind, and what I hadn't been able to do in like 30 years, I did like in 2 or 3 months. And then I shared that information with some friends and family. They too got amazing results. And then I did like 200 plus one-on-one coaching, learning from that and how to improve that. And now I want to bring that knowledge to the world, starting with you guys. So, well, we're going to be diving into the mind here. So the conscious mind, scientists say about 5% of the day we're in our conscious mind, and the subconscious, we're in it like 95% of the day. Our subconscious mind is about 1 million times more powerful than our conscious mind, and also has a faster processor. So our subconscious mind is kind of like an iceberg. I love that analogy. So 5% of the day, we are aware of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And the other 95, so the unconscious literally means we're not aware of our thoughts, feelings, and our emotions. And so that's what I want us to do, is become more aware and really master our subconscious programs. So what the scientists also say, that 70% or more of our subconscious programs are negative. And it can even higher if we're thinking about the past or in the future. That means almost 2 out of 3 important areas of our life we have learned like a negative program. So kind of recapping, 70% or more of some of our subconscious programs, and there's always exceptions to that rule, but that it's not 70% of the people, it's 70% of our programs. And so that's just crazy amount of high number, playing 95% of the day, 1 million times more powerful with a faster processor. These negative programs in our subconscious mind are the real reason why we struggle, suffer, and work too hard in one or more areas of our life or in business, in wealth, health, relationship, and personal power. I want you to learn how to master all areas of life. It's not enough to master like wealth without health, right? It's not, if you have all the money in the world, but you have no health, that's no good. Or if you have wealth, you want to share it with someone important, life, and why not, right? I want it all, and I want that for you guys too. Subconscious mind plays 95% of the day, 1 million times more powerful, and has a faster processor. It's my duty and my honor to share this knowledge with you guys. We will be doing a live demonstration. We will learn how to identify and remove these negative programs in the subconscious mind in the 4 major areas of life. Let's see. Do you know if you have learned a negative program in 1 or more of the 4 businesses? So how do you know that? How do you know if you learned one? So basically, you look in the areas of your life where you're struggling and working too hard and stuffing, you have a negative program in there, and it's causing resistance, and it's stopping you from living your life fully. The resistance is blocking what you want. This is the real reason, these negative programs, why we struggle. And it's the root of the cause too, because it's playing 95% of the day. So if you learn a negative program in subconscious mind, you can unlearn it. Everything we have learned from somebody else, most of what we learn is from like the ages of 0 to 7 years old, not even ours. And we'll go into that more. But that's what that resistance is what blocks us from living the life we love. I'm here to educate and make aware of the problem and what the solutions to the problems are. And these problems will not go away because there are programs. And in the subconscious mind, because there are programs, it doesn't want to change. I don't know if you've tried to change a negative program, it doesn't want to change. But the good news is you're a creator, and creator likes to create something new. So we will be going later, talking, having our higher consciousness help us with this. So the only thing stopping us from living the dream life is the 6 inches between our ears, our mind. So I don't know if you've seen this book before, but Napoleon Hill, he wrote that back in 1937. It sold like 15 million. It's supposed to be one of the books that made more millionaires than any other book. And it's been a very super positive, powerful self-help book. But he said in this whole book, you can narrow it down to 2 sentences. What the mind can conceive and believe the mind can achieve. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to learning how to master our thoughts, our emotions and feelings, which create belief, which creates a state of being. And Gandhi, I like what he said, is be the change you want to see in the world. So now we're going to be talking about the mind, how it learns. There are 2 main ways our mind learns. One is we learn from our environment. What is our environment? It's generally who we spend the most time with. It's usually our mom and dad, can be our sisters, brothers, grandparents, friends, social media, but mainly it's our parents. And then the second way we learn is by our perception of the environment. This is like our beliefs, behaviors, attitudes, stories, values. It's also called like our identity or personality. We learn through our 5 senses: hearing, tasting, smelling, seeing, and touching. So our subconscious mind, or our mind's like a computer, and for a computer to run, we need software programs. And so the first thing our mind does, it wants to record everything from that 0 to 7. So most of those become our programs, but unfortunately they're saying 70% of those are negative, like money doesn't grow on trees, you know, what was some other ones? Money is root of all evil. Anyway, those are like programs we learn as a child, but they kind of follow us if we don't let go of those things. And our subconscious mind, it is like a recorder. There's nobody in the subconscious mind. It just programs. So you can't really argue with it or anything, but they are there, and it is just like a recorder. So the subconscious mind develops first. These are the programmed mind, and we learn these through like from the 3rd trimester to the 7 years old. And there is no discernment in your subconscious mind at that age. It doesn't know if it's good, bad, positive, right, wrong. There's no ego there. And then our conscious mind develops after that, like 7 to 9, and that is discernment. We can make a decision that that's right or good. But unfortunately, it's just opposite. So everything from 0 to 7, it just downloaded, and we're not capable at that time to make a discernment if it's good for us or not. So we learn positive and negative. It's important to know that we have learned this from somebody else, not even ours. Like when we come here to Earth, we literally know nothing. And we learn a lot of these negative things from somebody else, and then we say it's our own. So what we're going to be doing here now is I want to do like a live demonstration using this rapid reprogramming system, RRS. So Tammy, would you be willing to volunteer?
Sure.
Awesome, cool. All right, so we're picking one area in life you want to create, and you said personal power, right? So just make sure you want to just go into a little detail what that really means to you again.
For me, it's moving forward and getting out of my own way and having trust and faith and belief in the process and in me. And I mean, I want my subconscious mind to get onto the same beliefs that my conscious mind has.
Right, exactly.
So,
yeah. Yes. And this is, you were mentioning more towards your own home business.
Yeah, I seem to, like, if I say I'm going to do something, I totally do it. If I say I'm going to go to the gym, when I go to Pilates class, or like I started Pilates not too long ago, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go 5 days a week, and I'm there 5 days a week. If I say I'm going to go to the gym 3 days a week, I'm at the, no matter what I say I'm going to do, I follow through and do it. But for some reason, there's a block around my business.
Okay, cool. That's what we'll be going into more. All right, so so you want to create, you mentioned also financial freedom there too, making more money too and stuff, but
we have financial freedom, but my way I look at my paycheck is more people I help,
sure,
more paycheck I have. My word this year is impact.
Oh, nice.
So many ways I can make an impact, and making more money is another way to make an impact, right?
I agree. Okay, so you're choosing personal power and more towards your own personal business.
Yeah.
And kind of getting out of your own way.
Getting out of my own way. I know what to do. And when I do it, my business grows really fast.
Yeah.
But lately I have just not been.
Yeah. But if you can think about that if it's a negative program, which I'm sure it is, that if it's playing like 95% of the day, a million times more powerful, it's we need to let go of that whatever blocking it.
It's too hard to get customers. It's too hard to get team. You know how your brain plays that. Nobody wants to listen to you. Right?
Yeah.
Girl.
All right. So, Tammy, take a minute and kind of imagine in your mind. We have this great imagination, and it's kind of unlimited, and most of us don't use it to our advantage. But I would like you to just take a couple minutes and just kind of visualize, your business, your home business, and it thriving the way you want, so you can help so many other people. So kind of in your mind, go ahead and close your eyes and just kind of see what that would look like, right?
Times where my business has been exploding. So I know it's not like it hasn't done that before. It's definitely, I don't have to work very hard to envision what that would be like.
Nice. Yeah, I just want you to imagine, what does that look like to you?
When it's exploding, I have lots of people that are interested in what I'm doing. They respond out of curiosity. They're excited like I am. They want to either order something that I can provide, or they want to find out more about maybe doing the business with me. Just having more events, just being surrounded by exciting people, feeling like you're really making an impact or making a difference.
Right.
Of course, your paycheck is growing. Recognition. I get to recognize my customers or team. I get recognized by the company. Bonuses, which it's further down. Recognition and bonuses are more further down. They don't really motivate me, but they are very nice. And I love recognizing my team or customers. So that's kind of fun. It's nice when you can rendezvous and like hang out with people and, you know, you're not just playing alone.
Right. I get that. Yeah, you're a team player. So what would that feel like to live that, right? It's already done.
It's just super fun. It's exciting. You're motivated. It's easier to do something for somebody else than it is to do it for yourself, right? So to have an event for myself is not a lot of fun. But when I have two new team members and I throw events for them, it's so much fun.
Nice.
So it feels fresh, right? Fresh when you get new people in your life or new people that are interested in what you're up to. And
nice. And so, and where are you now in this whole scheme of things?
Are you talking about like promotional level or?
No, just where are you right now? I know you were talking about, you know, you're visualizing what you wanted to create. You are going into the feelings, but where are you right this moment, right? We need a measurement, kind of where are you now in that whole scheme of things?
Like since we've just been talking now?
No, just in your life in general.
Where I am in my life with my business is I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in the company and the products. I've grown a big business and I'm kind of satisfied and kind of complacent.
Okay. Okay. So what do you think the thinking is that's kind of stopping you from, you know, taking it to the next level? What's your thinking, you know?
Well, the first thing is when you start a new business, you know, or you start working out again, or you start on a new relationship, it's like, you know, you got to do the work. You got to put the work in. Like you got to roll your sleeves up and set shit on fire. You got to show up and make it happen. And it's like, it's just easier to play in the yard. It's easier. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and
it
like,
is.
yeah, I have to put myself out there. When you have, I've been self-employed since I was 32. You got to put yourself out there, and that's a little vulnerable and a little scary. And
Yeah,
you know, and then there's the left side of my brain that's like, well, what happens if you fail? And then the right side said, we've done this before and we didn't fail. Not everybody's going to be interested, but some will. But if you don't put it out there, then nobody's going to come. And if you want to be self-employed, you got to work it. You got to kind of hustle. You got to get out there and make it happen. And it's just, it takes a lot of energy.
Yes, it does.
And
so you have any like feelings? Does it sound like it's stopping you from living that?
Probably fear, doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Fear, doubt, maybe a little laziness, just being complacent, vulnerable, being a little vulnerable. You just have to speak up and just be true to myself and true to my own voice. And I need to just be a little of just better, stronger posture and not worry about being judged or, you know, thinking about what other people think, because just because somebody has a belief about what I do doesn't mean that they're right.
Yeah.
And just because what I do doesn't mean it's going to be right for you or anybody else, but it will be right. You know, like not everybody's on this call, but it's a match for me. You know, you have to trust that the ones that are meant to be the match will show up. But you got to put it out there. If you didn't put it out there, I wouldn't have seen it, right?
Yeah. No, I'm grateful for you to be here and participate in this whole experience.
Put it out there, and it was a match for what I'm looking for. And I know that if I put it out there, there'll be a match.
Yeah, it's all good. So keep on moving. So I want you to put a measurement on this, and like from 0 to 10, what is like your resistance of in this? Like, so 0 is no resistance, and 10 being highly resistant that not going to happen.
I've been up like in a 7 or 8, like maybe even higher. Like I've been working my business in the management mode, but no problem management. Well, a little slow management, a little bit of resistance with management. But for new growth, I gotta be up there. I'm probably knocking on a 9. I mean, I'm up there. I'm like, I'm walking through thick mud. I'm not going there. I'm not going any place. That
was a good analogy right there.
Stuck. Like I'm kind of in like unset cement. I'm pretty stuck.
Oh, that's great. All right, so it sounds like anywhere from 7, 8 to 9, you have some resistance in there, and that's what we're going to be working on here.
Abraham Hicks in my head.
What's that?
I hear Abraham Hicks in my head. You know who Abraham Hicks is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a train going one way and a train going the other way. Stuck right in the middle, going nowhere. Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty stuck.
All right, so I'm going to have a conversation with your subconscious and your higher consciousness. So subconscious and higher conscious, it's all consciousness and their energy, and they're connected. And we're going to be talking to your higher consciousness, asking it to treat these. They're basically negative programs are coming from lower consciousness. So we're asking it to treat it and to let go of that. That's our goal, right? Our goal is to get to little non-resistance. So you just want to make this all happen because there's no more resistance, right?
Yeah, change those pictures in my subconscious mind. Get my new pictures in there.
Exactly. All right. So, Cami, what I'd like you to do is like close your eyes and relax, right? The subconscious mind, it's almost like in the theta state to affect it. And that's very relaxed. It's like when you first get up in the morning, it's like right before you go to sleep at night. And what I would like you to do is take like 3 deep breaths. Just we'll do it all together. Let it go. Let the day go. One more. One more. Nice. Letting go of the day, shaking it off. Now, what I want you to do is, with your eyes closed, imagine seeing a big, bright, brilliant ball of energy, and energy is light. So I want you to, energy is an invisible force, but I want, because it's invisible, we want proof. So I want you to see it as light. And light is like the smallest particles of photons. And so we're seeing it as light. And our consciousness is energy. Our programs, everything's energy. And so what we are doing is we're connecting to that. This is our higher self, our higher consciousness. This is source energy, the spirit within us, our soul, life force, the divine. It is everything that we want and desire. We are connected, called quantum entanglement. So all energy is connected. So everything you want, you already are connected to it. That's what that light's representing, that you're already connected to, part of, and you already are that all-powerful person. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be letting go of these negative programs. These are coming from our lower consciousness. These are lower, heavier, denser, darker emotions. And we're also going to be letting go of the negative feelings and thinking in the subconscious mind. We're going to be sending like light and love to any area in our body, especially like our gut. We're going to be sending it love and light to anywhere that feels heavy. It looks dark, it's dense, it feels heavy. So we're going to be sending light into that. So we're going to be letting go of any resistance that's blocking us. So our goal is to let go of anything that's stopping us. We are asking our higher self, our true self, our authentic self, to let go of any resistance. And we're going to start with fear. We're going to let go of any fears that you might have, any worries or any doubts. We're going to notice them, but just like a leaf on a creek, it just flows on by. We have fears, we have worries, we have doubts, but we're not making it a big deal. We're just noticing them, and we're letting them wash right through us. And now we're going into, if we have any shame or blame or guilt in our life, the fastest way to raise our subconscious, everything we want is in higher consciousness, wealth, health, relationships, personal power. And so we want to let go of all the lower consciousness. So we're letting go of any shame that we may have that we've learned as a child. We're letting go of any blame. We're not blaming anybody. We're letting go of any guilt. We're forgiving ourselves. The fastest way to raise our consciousness is to forgive ourselves. We're not saying it's right, wrong, or good or different. We're just letting that go. And we are letting go of any guilt. This is for ourselves. This is for ourselves to let go, letting go, letting go. We're also going to be letting go of any past traumas. We are going to let go of any reactions or anything that might be triggering us. We're letting go of any karma in this lifetime or in past lifetimes. They say some of these karma could last up to 7 lifetimes, and so we're letting it all go. We're cleared out the last 10 years, last 10 lifetimes. We're letting go of the lies and the illusions that are blocking our truth of who we really are. We are more than enough. We're letting go of I am not enough. I am not worthy. We are letting that go. We are more than enough. We're letting go of the problem, and we're focusing on the outcome of being all powerful. We are more than worthy. We are whole and complete. We're letting go of any illusions that we are separate or disconnected. We are energy, and everything we want is energy. We're letting go of I'm here and what I want is over there. Quantum entanglement is saying that everything's connected. We already are connected to what we want. We're letting go of any attachments, judgments, conditions. We are open to everything and attached to nothing. We are opening our 7 chakras. We are sending light from the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra. See that as pure light. It is straight, it is balanced, and we're letting go of anything that's throwing us out of balance. We are sending pure cosmic energy into our body. We are energy beings. We are light. We are energy beings. We are letting go of any problem, and we are being all powerful. All right, start to bring yourself back. And when you're ready, open up your eyes. So how was that?
I feel very peaceful.
Nice. So did anything come up?
I saw water.
Nice.
Oh, I saw this canal with water, and I was like, I wonder what that means. But
Sounds like flowing, energy flowing.
it was like looked like the locks. I don't know, but that's what I saw. I did see water.
Nice. Did you notice anything that was kind of coming up that was kind of causing some kind of resistance? Did you hear a little voice in the head say anything when you were going through that process? Okay,
I felt very, very peaceful.
nice. So, and just kind of to rate that now, and 0 being no resistance, 10 being high resistance, where do you feel like, put a number on where you feel right now?
Based on my thoughts, I don't feel anything resistant right now.
You what?
Based on just what I'm thinking,
Yeah.
I don't feel any resistance right now. I feel very peaceful and calm and clear.
So as you put a number on that, what did it be? For
Kind of like a 0. I don't feel anything resistant right now.
nice, beautiful. Wow, that's really beautiful, Tammy. Right. So our goal is to have little to no resistance, and once we get the resistance or most of it gone, then I go into, which we'll be doing the third day, is reprogramming it with a new program, right? A lot of people, first thing is, that 70%, we want to get that resistance. Like it was fighting you, right? And if it's a program that's playing like 95% of the day and you're not even aware of it, right? Unconscious, right? Conscious is awareness, unconscious not aware of it. And so anyway, that's really beautiful, right? That was kind of, that was fun, wonderful. I really thank you for participating there. And then what I would like you to do is just kind of take that peacefulness, that and ground that. I want you to hold on to that, like ground it, center those feelings, those emotions, and the thinking. I want you to ground that in that letting go of that resistance, and holding on to that, right? We're making that muscle in your mind stronger and stronger. Okay, so kind of a review. So we talked about my background, we talked about some personal stories. We did a live demonstration about identifying and removing the negative programs in our subconscious mind. And I really don't want you to do what I did, spend so many of my years trying to figure this all out, and some of my best and healthiest years, right? So my pain is giving back, because I don't want people to, to take 30 years to figure some of this stuff out when when you don't have to. So let's see. And so I've given you some like powerful tools and help you. Oops, move this maybe a little bit. Going into like mastering the mind so you can master your life. And it's going to take more than like 1 hour to create, like let go of all the negative programming. And I just don't want you to do like the next 1, 5, 10 years trying to struggle with this, right? And I know a few people will want some help. So what I'm putting up to anybody that goes through this, that I'm going to be giving away a free a free one-on-one talk, go into, how we can make that happen, like strategies and the mindsets. And then I'll be doing like a free, like 30 to 45 minute one-on-one coaching session to help identify and remove these negative programs and discover what that resistance is. And then, so on that website there, so I have a Calendly, and for like a free strategy, you can go on there and pick a day and a time that have like a free strategy session. And then let's see what else. Usually I do like a 90-day or 180-day sessions. Oops. So, and then also as a gift, I'm going to be giving away a free ebook called Master Your Mind: How to Develop Your Mindset and How to Create the Life You Love. And then what I do want to help people do is help them live the life they love, like full abundance, loving relationships that get better with time, enjoyable work, health, confidence, and happiness. Yeah, so that's what I'd like to do. So, any questions?
Nope, I'm gonna stick around for the next 2 nights and
Nice.
see if we're a match, and then go from
Right. Did you have any aha moments, any little nuggets or anything that kind of stood out at all or anything?
No, just
Nice.
yeah.
Tammy, my second program was all powerful. I thought I had a pretty good self-esteem, but I had no freaking clue how much it can get better. And so I'm excited to work with you more on that, because that changed my life, right? Because to me, relationships, wealth, health stand on the foundation of I call it personal power, right? When you feel powerful, it's amazing what you can do, right? Nothing can stop you. And you had mentioned earlier about, one thing that I got really good at is letting go of what other people think of me. And so there's definitely some things on to let go of that, right? What other people think of me is none of my business. So anyway, our hour is up plus some. Anything last, any shares, anything you want to share or anything? We're all good?
Everything. No, I enjoyed it, and I look forward to you're doing your second day tomorrow.
Yes.
I will be on.
Yeah. So we will be diving deeper into letting go, identifying and removing these things. And then the third day is we're going to be going into creating a new program, right? It's not enough just to let go of that stuff. And I think there's such a small percentage of people that actually make it a program, right? A personal power program, right? You might not have a lot of resistance, but very few people actually made that a program. And so that'll be a fun day too, is going into that process of making a powerful program that will serve you so well in life.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a muscle, and once it becomes that program, right, you're creating a predictive outcome, because if it's playing like 95% of the day, that you are all powerful, right? That's a beautiful place you want to be, right? Anything seems possible then.